Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, and within hours, the right was blaming the entire left for his death, even before we knew anything about the shooter. I even saw radicals online claiming things like all trans people should be locked up, saying they're brainwashed, not even a species, and don't deserve any mercy. That's what some on the right desperately wanted, for the shooter to be a transgender person, so they could use it as an excuse to crack down on all transgender people. And this is a pattern. When violence happens on the left, it's collective guilt, mass condemnations, calls for crackdowns. It's everyone's fault. But when right-wing extremists attack, like the Charleston shooter, or the Pittsburgh shooter, or the shooter in El Paso, it's always a lone wolf. They're mentally ill. They're not one of us. The truth is, violence doesn't represent the values of the entire left or the entire right. But blaming millions for the actions of one person is just propaganda. After January 6th, conservatives said, well, that wasn't real Trump supporters. It's just a few bad apples. It's an Antifa false flag. But now they're using Kirk's death to paint the entire left as violent. We need to reject this double standard. Condemn violence, yes, but don't weaponize tragedy to silence dissent, crush protest, or demonize half the country. If collective blame is wrong after a right-wing attack, surely it must be wrong now too. But instead of waiting for the facts, even the president himself blamed radical left-wing lunatics, stoking even more division, which he's been doing for a decade now. At the end of the day, one thing is clear. Some conservatives don't want freedom for everyone. They want control and conformity. And just to set the record straight, as far as we know right now, the shooter was a white, cisgender male from a Republican family. There was some anti-fascist rhetoric on the shell casings, yes, but that doesn't automatically mean he was part of the left. It's unfortunate that so many people are so desperate for him to have been part of the left. And now we're even seeing conservatives call the left's reaction disgusting or celebratory. But the reality is, most people on the left have condemned this violence. What sarcasm you see is coming from people who are exhausted by years of gun violence being ignored, pointing out that conservatives only care about gun deaths when it affects their own loudest voices. It's frustration, not celebration.